I always thought my boyfriend was a lousy liar. He'd forget what he told me and trip over his own stories, but I never expected his web of lies to tangle up my whole life. Last weekend, I flew out to Vegas to surprise my sister for her bachelorette party, but when I got to the chapel, the hostess gave me a weird look and said, "You're just in time for the ceremony." Confused, I walked in just as my boyfriend, my actual boyfriend, was standing at the altar, holding my sister's hands and grinning like he'd won the jackpot. At first, I thought this was some sick joke or a prank for social media, until they both turned to me and asked if I'd be their witness. My brain flatlined as my sister, in a cheap white dress, tried to explain that they'd been in love for months, and he just couldn't keep pretending with me anymore. Apparently, the late-night study sessions, the emergency work trips, the sudden distance between my sister and me, it was all connected, and I'd been too trusting, too naive to see it. He had told her I was controlling, told me she needed space, played us against each other until we barely spoke. Standing there, it felt like I was watching my own life burn down, and everyone around me was applauding. I didn't scream or cry. I signed the marriage license, smiled for the photos, and even made a toast at the tacky hotel bar after, my insides twisting with every forced laugh. They kept saying how happy they were, how everything finally made sense, and I nodded along, because what else was I supposed to do? I was the last to know, the unwanted extra in their rom-com, and I realized in that moment I wasn't mad at them, just furious at myself for believing I was ever the main character in someone else's story. Back in my hotel room, I stared at my reflection and wondered why I always made myself small for people who never picked me first. Maybe that's the real betrayal, not theirs, but mine. I let them write my script and stood on the sidelines, waiting for a cue that would never come. I booked a flight home that night, and as the plane took off, I decided I'd never be anyone's witness again, unless it was for my own damn life.